Andre.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Oh my God, I haven't seen you for a while.
Yes.
Great to
so
see you.
we are here at CPAC 2020, and I'm here with Andre Soriano, the amazing fashion designer that designed the famous Make America Great Again dress worn by Joy Vila. So Andre, these are your models here. You made all these dresses?
Yes. Yes. Well, besides the Make America Great Again gown, I had an opportunity of working with Rihanna. But after I did this gown at the Grammys, they shot my head off in Hollywood. So, but I do other things, like red carpet stuff. So.
Wow, I can't believe that they just decided we're not going to work with you anymore. We're going to blacklist you because you.
I don't understand because as an American, we always have different viewpoints and opinions, and the reason why I made the Make America Great Again gown, there's a lot of the narrative of the left and the Democrats are so divisive and towards hate, and I think it's time to mobilize the country during the time frame when Donald Trump became our president, of our great nation. And I'm like, after watching the Women's March, there was so much hatred. Even Robert De Niro wanted to punch him in the face. Madonna wants to bomb the White House, and it's so disheartening because there should be a good role model for our great nation, because with the fact that they have a lot of followers, and I didn't like that narrative. So I'm like, okay. But after I did the gown, it's like, oops, bye, Andre. I was so dumbfounded, but it's okay.
I've always been so fascinated by your dresses. I just think they're so beautiful and they're
Thank
so
you.
artistic. Now, any hints as to what we can expect in the future? Like, are you going to do a Keep America Great Again dress?
Well, stay tuned. There's a lot of projects that I have right now. I am truly, truly blessed. The conservative movement has embraced me. They know my story, and no one really, they think that being conservative, that we only shop at Walmart or Kmart, that's where we get all toiletries. But we can, the conservative women are smart, they're really fashionable, and I'm truly, truly grateful being part and of service with our team, I guess.
So when did you decide to become a Trump supporter? Because I see you have this Trump 2020 brooch.
I've always been an avid fan since I was growing up. It's just so fascinating how Donald Trump was. In America, it's like you can have a downfall and you can rise above, just like any other Americans. And growing up here, learning the culture, I think Donald Trump has, ever since back in the 80s, I was like a young age, and then my mom loves Donald Trump. It's like, oh my God, look, he's a businessman. That's why mother took us here from the Philippine Islands to have a great life, and here I am living the American dream, just like anyone else that comes from different countries, and truly grateful to be an American, Filipino American for that matter. So.
That's right. That's why so many people, they flee other countries, and many times they flee socialism to come to America so that they can live the dream and they can make something of themselves. And that's just so great to see. I mean, you are this accomplished fashion designer here. Would you have ever dreamt that when you were a small boy?
I never would have thought that there were during I was growing up in the Philippines that there was a civil war during the Marcos regime, and it's very almost like communist dictatorship rather. And mother thought, well, why don't bring my children to America so they can have a better life. And I am truly, truly thank God for that, and thank Mother for just making that decision for us. And I'm truly grateful. Hi, Mother. for to be a Filipino American, and truly blessed and grateful. There's so many young people that's not really well aware, especially in the school system that we have. They're being taught with liberal, narrative. Even kids, they don't know what transgender are. And coming from a conservative family, being Filipino, we're Roman Catholics, and then of course I became a little wild when I moved to America. I need to experience life, and then I always go back to that root where it's all about respect. I don't understand the idea where the Democrats, from Pelosi to Schumer, instead of working with our president with the impeachment. Because the world respects us more now because of what President Trump is doing, regardless of what the Democratic Party are doing. I guess the Democrats' narrative, just because you're gay, that's what they see, you know. I mean, I'm conservative. I grew up in a family that's so really loving, and it's about family. And then the beauty of it here, our Constitution, our Second Amendments, we're having a guns. That's why look at what happened to Venezuela when the government took over. The people didn't even have the right, and that's why I'm so proud being here, just to have that. And you know, it's the land of the free because of our brave, for that matter, you know. And it's so moving, you know, with President Trump fighting for like our border. You know, I think that's a very important issue. Just like me coming to America, we did it legally and the right way. That doesn't mean that our president doesn't want that. He wants everyone to come from different nations that contribute to the economy and our livelihood here in America, rightfully, you know.
And if you haven't gotten yourself an Andre Soriano dress yet, you need to get one because these dresses are fabulous. What inspired you to make this one? I love the red.
It's very Melania. It's so glamorous. I think Melania during the time frame that she's in Hollywood, but I think she's a little bit more subdued nowadays. But this is one of the pieces that inspired me to make, you know, because
Next inauguration.
Yeah, I would love to see Melania in this dress. I would love to see her in that. That's gorgeous. The red velvet.
this is actually from the Eras collection. It's all about sequins. We had a fashion show 2 years ago in Los Angeles Fashion Week, and it's all about I introduced sequins. You know, I think sequins are a little bit more glitzy. It's very Hollywood, but yeah, it's more like a red carpet piece. You know.
Beautiful, very beautiful. I love how your dresses accentuate the feminine form and the feminine body. It's great.
This one is actually from the Icons collection. Beginning to my mother and all the mothers that I have met in America and around the world, it's so very statuesque. It's just a simple entrance. It's another red carpet piece. You know, but it's for a woman that's not want to show something. She just want a touch of class, classic, and elegance, and like, you know, very kind of just like dainty in a sense, but yet it has its own, you know, drama.
It's gorgeous, and you know, I noticed something that your dresses have a lot of, and it kind of sets them apart. Is they have these beautiful trains.
Thank you.
Gorgeous.
Every woman always don't have that moment. The minute you step on the red carpet or an event, that's their moment. So I'm so thrilled just designing for a lot of women. It's a peacock gown that I call it, and it's like simple entrance and then grand exit.
Wow. Gorgeous. Wow, look at the back there.
Back, I love a lot of women. I love women's torsos in the back. I think it's very sensual and sexy. It's this particular piece is like, you know, maybe when they're accepting an award or anything, just like she's a very confident woman, very secure with her back.
She's got a nice behind. Yeah. She's got to have a nice rump for that dress. Is this the last one you have here?
Yeah, and lastly, the one in our showcase is she's kind of like the queen of the jungle mode, and then I love this one because it's very flowy, as you can see. You know, when it's really windy, it just like flows. It just really flows.
Oh
so,
wow, it flows in the wind.
Yeah, it just flows in the wind and stuff. So.
Gorgeous.
And if you guys are available, I can show you. We have another fashion exhibit, which is about 1 minute walk.
Okay, let's walk over there.
Oh my God, you're so good. Oh my God, I can't wait to dress you, Sweetie. Let me know.
Yeah, I would love to. I would love that.
Great, and then I am truly just grateful, you know, to bring fashion in our community, in the conservative community.
Yes. Wow, even more dresses.
But wait, there is more, you guys. Welcome to the fashion exhibit. It's really, it's the first of its kind in CPAC. So I'm, you know, with the American Conservative Union, I am just really, really, truly grateful and truly blessed to be part of this such an amazing community that we have here in America. So come on in and welcome to the world of Andre.
Oh, look at the Barbies, the little mini model. Do you sell these for little girls? Because I bet there are little girls that would want to dress their Barbies in this.
We do. And then this is like I said, from different kinds of collection, whether it's red carpet, if you want to wow them, something quaint, and I call that the Melania gown as well. You know, I really love that. She's the new one, and this is more of like a very dramatic, you know, if you want just like a real entrance. This particular one is actually featured in Italian Vogue because of the details.
Wow. So much detail. They're so pretty.
Thank you so much. So you guys, again, welcome to the world of Andre Soriano fashion, and hopefully I can see you soon in my showroom in Northern Virginia. So again, it's peace, love, glamour, and fashion, and God bless. I'll see you though.
I want to prove to my audience that the Republican Party is not a scary thing. You know, they're kind of afraid. The LGBT community, they kind of think that they're,
Yeah.
all the isms.
Well, we live in a day right now where some people are afraid to tell their coworkers what, political opinions they have. So how is it for you working in the Hollywood music scene when you have conservative viewpoints, and we all know that Hollywood is ultra liberal?
Ultra liberal. I've lost managers. I've had people say that they can't mix my records anymore because they said mixing for you would be like mixing for someone who supports the KKK.
Ridiculous.
And these are people I've worked with like for years and years. So it's been
Wow.
hard. It's been hard and painful, but at the same time, like they leave and then better people come into my life to work with me on music. Like I have this new guy I'm working with called Gary, his name is Gary Miller. He's worked with all kinds of people, Cher and David Bowie and Katy Perry, the list goes on and on. He's like, they love me specifically because I do speak out on my views, even if they disagree. Many of them are liberals, they love Bernie. But we respect Ricky for, the fact that I can go to the Grammys and I could have the courage to say what I think, even though it's very antithesis to what normal Hollywood thinks.
It's ironic because liberals tend to say that they're the ones who are tolerant, they're the ones who are accepting of other people's ideas or viewpoints or cultures, yet I often hear from conservatives the most that they're afraid to express their viewpoints around liberals because they're afraid of being shut out, like you explained right here, where people decide they don't want to work with you anymore.
Right.
Family members might even shun their own family. I mean, we've seen that happen.
Yeah.
Do you think it's worth it, though? Do you think it's worth it to hold still in your beliefs for the sake of the country?
I had to think long and hard before I went to the Grammys, and I wore the Trump suit. And then this year, I went to the Grammys and wore "Impeach This" on my ass. And I was
That's
wearing all
awesome.
red. You didn't see it?
I did not. That is awesome.
Well, maybe, it didn't get as wide a coverage in the conservative world, but it was like number one and like many like liberal people, like they were talking about it in Vogue and Marie Claire because it was artistic.
I'm sure it
and-
triggered the heck out of the liberals.
Well, it triggered them, and they were like, but also they got the joke. They were in on the joke. So
Yeah.
they weren't as triggered. The first one really triggered them when I wore the Keep America Great suit. They're like the press, they were yelling out, "Oh, I hope your babies die." And
Yeah,
Trump
I
aides
remember
are
you
dying.
wearing that suit. It looked fabulous on you, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, I wanted to wear the suit. Well, of course I wanted to wear the suit because I love President Trump and all. I support what he was after. He wanted jobs. He wanted to lower the unemployment levels down. So many reasons why I wanted him. Okay, so I did it, and I got a lot of support from the right and a lot of hatred from the radical left. But at the same time, and also people on the left too, they were supporting me as well. People with brain cells, okay? But I wanted to make sure that people understood that I'm still me at the end of the day. I have a song called Boys and Sometimes Girls. It's obviously very sexual. I have a song called Magic Carpet. I'm an artist, at the end of the day. And I wore a very sexual look the second time around because I wanted to tell conservatives who, were kind of thinking like, oh, well, Ricky can't be a conservative. He's gay and he's anti-family or he's trying to promote gay lifestyle. I could care less what people do in the bedroom. I'm not trying to get people to be gay. I'm saying, look, this is how I want to express myself, just like Prince did, just like David Bowie did, And I'm not going to change.
Well, here's my question, okay? Because obviously people are going to have different viewpoints on religion, lifestyle choices, all of that. Okay, so obviously you're not a Christian, right?
No.
But this is the most important thing. Are you an American? Do you love this country?
I absolutely love this country. I love the secular Constitution. I love that. I love also Christians. Okay, a lot of my friends are Christian and they're beautiful people. I know Don Gregg, I love dearly, another Hollywood person who, you know, we have like private parties with each other because if they come out of the closet, they'll lose jobs. You know, as directors, producers. So we kind of meet up in these little, you know, things, but they understand that I'm not necessarily 100% Christian. At the end of the day, I don't know what happens when I die. Okay, so that's where I stand with all of that. And at the end of the day, it's not going to change how I am as a person. I try to be kind to people. I try to fight for freedom for people, and I'm an American at the end of the day. I think that's what you know brings all of us together. And I get upset when, you know, I see Brandon Strock was also talking to me about this. He gets letters from people telling him, oh, you know, if you just take away your gayness, like, you know, you won't go to hell and blah, blah, blah. And I rebel against that too, okay? At the end of the day, like, you don't know what's going to happen to me because you haven't died yet. We all don't, in my mind, we don't know what's going to happen when we die. But that shouldn't change the fact that, so does that mean that I don't want, like, you know, small government, lower taxes, or protection, the wall? So because I think differently on that one thing, does that mean I'm not a Republican or conservative?
Right. Just because you might think differently on certain conservative viewpoints and values doesn't mean that you aren't pro-Constitution, pro-First Amendment,
And pro-family.
Exactly, pro-family.
Like, I have a great mother and father, and they raised me. I think that the best way to do it, to raise a child, statistically speaking, is with a mother and a father raising the kids.
Now, what about gun rights? Are you a believer in the Second Amendment?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I love that you guys fight for that on InfoWars. That's so important. You know, that's the first thing they did. Mao took the guns, Stalin took the guns. That's exactly what... No, guns don't kill people. It's so obvious to me, and it's weird that it's so obvious that we see things one way and they see the same picture, it's completely different. It's weird.
Yeah, guns don't kill people, people kill people.
Right.
So you're exactly right. Well, see, it just goes to show, guys, all right, not everyone is going to be a cookie-cutter conservative. Not everyone is going to be Christian or have the same religious belief set. But that's, you know, we're all Americans. We're all unique, and we all have the freedom to choose that. That's
Right.
why we have freedom of speech, freedom of religion. And the most important thing here is that we accept our fellow Americans and that we show that we can be tolerant, unlike the left, because the left is not tolerant.
No.
And we embrace the fact that our fellow Americans, like Ricky, he loves America, he loves the First Amendment, loves the Second Amendment,
Yes.
loves our country, and respects our flag and our president.
And loves InfoWars.
And loves InfoWars. So, and watch
You guys
his red channel.
red-pilled me. You red-pilled me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's awesome. That just makes me so happy to hear from other people that, you know, we're actually taking people who might have formerly had liberal belief systems
Yeah.
and we're red pilling them, we're waking them up, showing them the truth. So thank you so much, Ricky. Thanks for interviewing with me.
And thank you for the work that you do.
Remember, I'm listener supported, so please go to InfoWarsStore.com to support my work. Take advantage of some of the great deals and the great products we have available so you can both help take care of your own health and help us fight the info war. You can also go to Millie Weaver on Subscribestar to support me directly if you choose to. Thank you so much, and I can't wait to give you my next video.
When it comes to rebuilding your energy, convenience is key. While coffee, candy, and other sugary products can give you a short boost, the crash can leave you more tired than ever. Turbo Force from InfoWars Life is a powerful mix-in energy packet that utilizes vitamins, amino acids, and extracts used for hundreds of years to provide you focus, clarity, and a boost of energy on the go. Simply take a packet, mix it into the indicated amount of water, and enjoy. With 14 servings per box for a 2-week or more supply, this is the formula to stock up on whenever you need a boost. Perfect for work, in the car, or at home. Turbo Force is the ultimate answer to a sluggish day. Don't let your day slow you down. Perk up with Turbo Force at InfoWarsStore.com.